So you are on your self-love journey and you're looking for habits that you can implement into your daily routine, then you need to watch this video because I am going to share realistic self-care habits that changed my life. So grab a pen, a notebook, and also maybe a drink, and let's chat. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hello, I'm Amy. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please stay, subscribe, and give this video a big fat thumbs up. So before we get into these habits, let's ask ourselves, what is self-care? Self-care means different things to different people, and my own definition of self-care is basically you pouring into yourself, making sure you're okay, taking good care of your well-being, making sure you're pouring into your own cup before you pour into someone else's, because the person where they are alive, they help other people, abi. So now I have explained what self-care means to me. Let's get into the self-care habits that changed my life and that you can start today. So in no particular order. Number one, writing down a list of things that makes me happy in my notes app. So recently I wrote down a bunch of things that make me happy in my notes app, so that when I'm having like an off weird day, I can always go back to the list, pick one or two things and just do them. And I found that when I do these things, I become happier. Just take time to create the perfect list of what makes you happy. It has to be personal. It does not have to make sense to anybody but you. It could be something random like cooking, making a good meal, eating a good meal, finding memes, thinking back to a favorite memory, just something random that makes sense to you, something that is going to raise your vibrations and put you in a good mood. Number two, speaking words of affirmations to myself. Words of affirmations is among my top 3 love languages, and what use is a love language if you can't give it to yourself? I do this often. I just like taking out time to speak positively to myself. I do this maybe after prayer in the morning or in front of a mirror before I leave the house. My best way to do it actually is in Snapchat. So what I do is I turn on my Snapchat camera, I hit record, and I just start saying things to myself like, you're beautiful, you look good today, you're doing amazing, you look fire, hype myself up, give myself a pep talk, especially if I'm too scared to do something or I'm not too confident to do something. For example, now I'm about to film a YouTube video. I will just go to Snapchat, hit record, and start hyping myself up, start telling myself things that I want someone else to tell me so I can feel good and feel okay. When I'm done making these hype up videos, I save them. I don't post them at all because they are for me. And why I like using Snapchat is because Snapchat shows you memories. So it could be like a recap of the previous month or the previous year. So when I'm going down memory lane, I would love to see myself hyping myself up. I would love to see the self-growth. I would love to see a bunch of videos of me just hyping myself up and speaking positively to myself, because saying words of affirmation to yourself is so empowering. And I know that it can be so cringy and weird if you're doing it for the first time, but trust me, once you normalize it, you're going to love it. So until then, you have to say it like you mean it. You have to say it like you actually believe it, and then you will actually believe it. You don't need someone to tell you that you're beautiful, because you know you are. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is give yourself the love that you want others to give you. Number 3, looking at my naked body before taking a shower or after taking a shower. Now, I know that this habit might sound weird to some of you guys, but hear me out. Taking out the time to appreciate the amazing body that God put you in screams self-care, and I'm here for it. It is very easy for us as women to go online and see people's body looking perfect, with the perfect curve, the perfect boobs, the perfect ass, the perfect skin tone, the flattest stomach, and then go in front of the mirror and just hate what we see. It is normal. But I want you to stand butt naked in front of a mirror and admire yourself. I want you to look at yourself, like examine yourself carefully. I want you to notice every curve, every hyperpigmentation, every single stretch mark, and I want you to accept it. If you make looking at your naked body a habit, you begin to feel secure in your body. Blair has a back roll and she does not know about it because she doesn't take out time to examine herself and appreciate her body. She compares herself to a lot of women, to people that she sees on social media. So when she goes out and someone points out that she has a back roll, she's going to become insecure and self-conscious. Serena is secure in her body. She takes out the time to look at her naked body in front of a mirror and she admires every single inch of her body. She has a back row and she knows about it. So if someone points out that she has a back row, she's going to be like, yes, and I know about it, and You see the difference? You see, the fact that she knows she has a back row and has accepted it means that nobody can shame her or make her feel insecure because she has a damn back row. Looking at your naked body in the mirror can also help you to understand your body type, and if you understand your body type, you can also understand the kind of clothes that suits your body. So standing butt naked in front of a mirror equals understanding your body and knowing the kind of clothes that suit your body, and also being secure in your body. It's a win-win. 4. Having self-compassion. Self-compassion is about being warm and kind towards yourself, especially when you make a mistake. If you beat yourself when things go wrong, or when you fail to meet a particular goal, you call yourself bad names and insult yourself, do you know what that is going to do for you? I'll tell you. You're going to get more anxious, you're going to think that you're stupid and that you're not capable of doing anything. There are times where I have made silly mistakes, but I don't beat myself up for it. Instead, I sit down and I have a conversation with myself. So I'm like, hey, so you made this mistake. Obviously, you won't do it again. So what have you learned from it? Because when something happens, when something bad happens, there's always a lesson to be learned. There's always something to take away from that situation. So I always ask myself, what have I learned from this situation? And then I proceed to have that conversation with myself in a calm and nurturing and in a soft way. Being self-compassionate means that you prioritize your well-being. It means that you know when to stop when you're overworking yourself. It also means that you know when to leave a situation that is not working for you. Having a strong self-compassion means that you have better relationships with people, because there is no way in hell that you can show up for someone if you don't show up for yourself. There is no way in hell that you can be compassionate towards someone if you don't already give that to yourself. Number 5, setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is a form of self-care. It is basically about you setting a clear guideline about how you want to be treated. It's about letting the people in your life know what you would tolerate and what you wouldn't tolerate. Setting boundaries is not really about you shouting, I won't tolerate this, I won't tolerate that. It's not about being rude. Setting boundaries is more like you being calm but assertive and clear about what your needs are, and also having a reasonable consequence if someone crosses a boundary. Let's say, for example, off the top of my head, your name is Emily and you like to be called Emily, but there is this one friend in your life that always calls you M. So you proceed to have a conversation with this person calmly, and you tell the person that you don't like being called M, and you feel that Emily is better. But then after the conversation, they proceed to call you M. What you're going to do is you're not going to answer that person. You're going to snub that person, because if they really want a response from you, they know what to do. They know that if they want to get an answer from you, they would have to call you Emily and only respond when they finally call you Emily. So I'm going to give you a little assignment for the week. Number 1, I want you to take time throughout this week to write down a list of things that make you happy. It could be any random thing, like I said. It does not have to make sense to anyone but you. Number 2, I want you to speak positively to yourself every single day. It could be when you wake up, or in front of the mirror, or on Snapchat like me, any other way that feels unique. I want you to say it like you mean it. I want you to say it until you believe it. Number 3, I want you to stand butt naked in front of a mirror and admire yourself. I want you to love every single part of yourself that you see in front of the mirror. And if you want to go a little bit extra, twerk. I dare you. Number 4, I want you to be kind to yourself this week. I want you to show compassion to yourself, because like I said, there is no way in hell that you'll be able to show compassion to someone else if you can't give it to yourself. So I want you to be kinder to yourself, because life is tough and you need to be able to give yourself that warmth and love and kindness that you need as a human being. And number 5, I want you to finally set that boundary. Remember, setting a boundary will not make anyone love you less. The people that love you will respect your boundary, and the people that have an issue with it and will try to disrespect it or try to cross the line need to leave your life, because they have no business being in your life anyways. I would really love it if you came back here at the end of the week to tell me what you started, how it went for you, or if you have any self-care habit that you'd like to share. Let's know in the comment section. So with that being said, I will see you in my next video. Mwah!